Alright. So now that everyone's doing their very obligatory, I disavow Bernie Sanders tweets and tweeting, you've seen the fucktards with like, I don't know, a few thousand followers doing their, now that Sanders finally, suspended his campaign, me with my very, very insignificant, obscure Twitter following, who was clearly carrying, Sanders' whole campaign. I can now, come out and disavow him without any real repercussions. Some of you people on Twitter are fucking clowns, honestly. You just take yourselves so seriously, It's hilarious. It's so funny. Okay, so all right, what was I gonna get to? Oh yeah, Sanders. Yeah. So I've decided to come out with probably my most cynical take ever. I've seen a lot of people disavowing Sanders, calling him a fraud, blah blah blah. They're all vague about it. They're not really saying what they want to say or saying what they're really thinking. um, but my potentially nuclear hot take that I have is essentially Sanders is a fraud. But let me actually explain like what the fuck I mean by that. Instead of all this like weird, vague nonsense I see people putting forth, and that is Bernie Sanders. Considering him as a complete bad faith actor, someone who had absolutely no intentions whatsoever of winning. Of winning. I repeat, consider that perhaps Bernie Sanders had absolutely no intentions whatsoever of actually winning and becoming president of the United States. Consider that maybe he's just an establishment stooge. Consider that maybe he existed purely and solely to give people the illusion that maybe they could vote someone in who actually like represents them for a change, um, but not having any real intentions of doing so. Now I recognize there's really no evidence of this. This is purely conjecture on my part, um, but I think it's worth considering. I think it's worth considering, given that this is the second election in a row where Sanders, upon suspending his campaign, basically touting the same, vote blue no matter who nonsense. That maybe, just maybe, Sanders is really just an establishment hack who was playing a role, you know, someone who never really intended to win, you know. I mean, he gave a good show. Don't get me wrong. He played his part well, but never acted. I mean, just looking at a lot of his rhetoric, he never really intended to get like aggressive or antagonistic with the establishment ever. He played softball with them the whole time. And I'm definitely not, because another thing I've seen a lot of idiots doing is having this nuclear hot take that basically Sanders is solely to blame for his own loss. And he certainly is not. Absolutely. The problem is inherently within the left. Overall, it's not just Sanders. Just trying to throw all the blame on him is absolutely ridiculous. Even if he is a bad faith actor. I mean, most politicians, in a sense, run in bad faith because they're we take it as a given, or not we, but like some people, some cynical assholes like me take it as a given that they're lying from the people as a get go. But a lot of people probably wouldn't consider that of Sanders. Would consider that Sanders is someone who actually like gives a fuck about the people. But what if he isn't? What if he's someone who's just playing a role, playing a part, playing the supposedly revolutionary politician that wants big systemic change, but actually he doesn't. You know, just something to consider. Maybe Sanders never really wanted to win, you know, never had any intentions of actually winning, you know. So that's it. That's the take. That's all.